Hey man, what's up?
Good?
Good, you?
Yeah.
Long time no see,
Let's
man.
go, man.
Yeah, man, let's go.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, my pleasure. Like, thank you for hosting me.
No
It's
problem, man.
such a pleasure to meet you after all these years, man.
Yeah, it's been a while because
Yeah.
last time we saw each other, it was last week, but before that, it's been like at least four years.
I think even like 5, 6 or more.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Okay, so xin chào các bạn rồi, chào mừng các bạn quay trở lại với một video tiếp theo của channel Nguyễn Việt Nam. Hôm nay mình ngồi cạnh đây là một người đối thủ cũ, former opponents, like Doan Tran, Doan bằng Trần, yeah. Like trước đây thì mình đã đối đầu lại rất là nhiều lần và thường là bạn là người chiến thắng, là một trong những runner xuất sắc nhất, runner châu Á xuất sắc nhất trong đội tuyển điền kinh của trường UCAM ở Montreal, Canada. Thì hiện tại là sau rất là nhiều năm mình có cơ hội gặp lại bạn ở đây và mình sẽ chia sẻ với các bạn về những cái gì đã trải qua và về kế hoạch của chúng mình trong thời gian sắp tới. Ok, và đó chủ đề của video ngày hôm nay. It'll just give a little bit of context for everyone here. So yeah, me and him, like we were like competitors,
Yeah.
for like the university, like cross country and track team.
Yes.
Yeah. Like when did you join like the UCAM like track team? When were you active in?
Yeah, so I studied my bachelor's in 2016. So I competed between 2016 and 2020. So in between that 4 years, yeah. So when I started, my first year, I applied for the team and got in because the team was quite new. So everybody could go in, yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised that this guy like wouldn't get in like the UCAM team. Like, man, right now he runs like 2:35 for a marathon, man. I would be very surprised. Like, and yeah, myself, like I was in Concordia team like from 2015,
Yeah.
but I stopped like in 2017.
Why?
I was from 2014, but my first year I was not like competing. I was just like a runner with the team.
Okay, cool.
And then like in my like 2017, actually the reason I stopped is also because like I find I was having injury. I was having injury of like of IT band syndrome and I have like also like some spinal problem as well.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So at the time, like also I feel that in the in the McGill Open.
Yeah.
If you remember that.
And that's the
Yeah.
first cross country meet of the season.
Exactly, man. At the time, like we have like 7 people in our school.
Yeah.
And 7 people, like 5 like main and then 2 substitute.
Yeah.
And then I was at the 8. So I was like,
close.
I was like rarely missed out. And yeah, I was sad. People like keep asking me to come back for another thing, but at the time that with my back problem, man, I realized I don't want to. Yeah, I realized that, man, better take care of myself, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So it's like that's why I'm like really like admire like you, man. You have such an amazing like time, you know, with running and such a passion. And actually, guys, he's even following his passion until this day.
Yeah, it's been a while because I started running when I was 17. And then I stopped for a year. I got injured like at least 5-6 times.
Yeah.
And every year I tell myself, oh, I'm gonna stop. But each year I'm coming back because I'm like, what is my potential, right? Because as you get older, you have less time to perform because as you age, you have less speed, but your endurance can always go up until a certain age. So I told myself, if I stop now, in 10 years, I won't be at my prime. And I don't like to ask myself, what time I could run if I would have do everything better. So I told myself, just focus right now, and in 10 years, I'll have no regrets now.
Yeah. You were like Canadian, but with like full parents Vietnamese. So
yes.
How about you tell us a little bit about your background, growing up with your parents, and how you like the Vietnamese, like how does it influence your life other than running?
Yeah. So yeah, I was born here. So my first language is Vietnamese at home, but I do not speak it a lot. I would speak French or English with my friends, but I know basic Vietnamese. When people speak to me, I understand, but I don't have a lot of vocab. But I'm planning to improve my Vietnamese because I love to learn languages, and as you get older, you know the importance of knowing your own language. So yeah, growing up Vietnamese, I'd say that Asian people in general, I think, are more reserved. So I was a shy kid. I was not doing a lot of sports, but in primary school I was good in sports. I was not like enrolled in a soccer team when I was young. I was not like involved in anything. I would go to the park and spend all my days there playing soccer, learn everything alone. I would go watching YouTube. I would go in the park in front of my house and practice. I used to have a small webcam, and I would film myself doing soccer moves.
Oh yeah, very
Yeah.
nice.
And yeah, when I was 14, I made some friends in high school. They told me, oh, there's this soccer club in the neighborhood. Would you want to go with us and play? So then I asked my parents, and yeah, that was how I got involved in my first sports team. But as a fellow Vietnamese/Asian in Montreal, there's not a lot of, let's say, Asian people who practice team sports. Like I see Asians practice, stay mostly together. They do badminton mostly, or swimming, or piano. But in running, I always felt alone because I never saw any Asian runners. So when I saw you and other Asian, like we know each other even though we don't talk.
We never talk to each
We
other.
never spoke, but we knew there's one Asian in this team, and we know there's one Asian because there's not a lot, right? They're mostly like from other ethnicities, but as Asians, we know that we're less. So I knew, okay, there's one Asian in Concordia, there's one sprinter from this guy. I knew every Asian runner in Montreal because I can count them like maximum, like with all my fingers.
Yeah, man. Guys, remember this is like just a funny personal story. Like I met him, like we were competing each other. We never spoke to each other. We just knew that like we look at our names, like we know each other. We were Vietnamese. And then like one day, like I just like asked his Facebook, and he accepted. And randomly, after 5-7 years, I wanted to to do a podcast with him. I messaged him like all random. Like I didn't think ever, like we never talked to each other. I didn't think like you would even remember me, man.
That's crazy because he sent me a message on Tuesday, and Saturday he came to my house. So it's crazy, in 4 days. And it's crazy how you don't need to actually talk to a person like for a long time to connect. Like we met one time, and it's like we've been friends for years.
Yeah, man. Also a little bit about your Vietnamese heritage, like like which region like your parents come from, and like do they have any traditional like within the family?
Yeah, so my parents are from San Cao in the south of Vietnam, but regarding like traditions and everything, I think my parents they haven't done any sport. My dad told me he used to be a really good ping pong player, and he would kick my ass in ping pong, but I think I'm pretty good. When I was 14, I finished fourth in Montreal ping pong, and I did not take any classes. I learned alone. So one day my goal is to play my dad ping pong, but I don't have I don't know a lot about my grandparents and my uncles and everything, but there's not a lot of sports in my family. So I think I'm probably one of the few that do sports, because my brother, he doesn't do sports, my sister also, so I'm the only one.
So you have like a brother and sister, so you're the eldest, or?
No, I'm in the middle.
So you have an older sister?
A younger sister by 1 year, an older brother by 1 year.
Oh, nice. So your parents, it's been like 3 years, like boom, 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 like this.
Back to back, then we stop. Intense.
Your mom like schedule like, okay, like this part of like from this year to this year is mainly about like maternity leave, and then
exactly. 3 intervals, 1 year break. Exactly.
1 year break in between.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, that's so fun. So like as an Asian, like growing up here, like do you find like any like difficulties of like assimilating to this and bring your own uniqueness?
Yeah, I'd say that when you grew up here as a young Asian, you're not that confident because there's not a lot of Asians. You're like you go into school, there's 1 Asian per class, 5 Asian in this whole school. So when you're not confident and you don't have any examples, you see them. I don't see any like Asian cool kids, or I'm alone. I'm the Asian guy, right? So you're like ashamed a bit of being Asian because everybody like they have like heroes, they have role models. Me, I was like, wow, I'm Asian, right? But I don't feel proud. But now as I grew up, I'm like, wow, it's so nice to be different. Now I feel proud to be Asian. I'm proud to be Vietnamese and different. But when you're young, you're not confident, you're shy, it's a bit harder because all the other like ethnicities, they have their groups, like they can support each other. Me, I don't have a lot of Asian friends, so I did not feel like an Asian. I felt more like, let's say, white. But now I'm like, wow. Now, since I'm a school teacher, when I see like Asian kids alone, I try to go to them and tell them, hey, it's nice to be different. And when they see me as a Asian role model, they get proud, right? Because I see like, all my teachers were white. Everything was like let's say Quebecois white. But now, when they see like role model, like Asian role models, they can feel more comfortable and proud. So yeah, when I was younger, I felt not ashamed. I was shy to tell people I'm Asian.
I think like also another reason, of course, we're not like physically like gifted as like Europeans or Africans,
Yeah.
but like we have dexterity and then agility.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that some parts of the world they were born with more like abilities, and it's also like depends on the culture, right? Like ping pong culture or table tennis in China.
Yeah.
It starts so young. In badminton in Malaysia, it's crazy. Like some countries, they specialize in certain sports. Like here in Montreal, Quebec, hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey, we're among the best in the world, right? So
Yeah.
in Africa, like running, they start young, right? So
Yeah, man.
there's genes, but there's also like the culture, because in countries like Norway, like they have almost the same, I think, amounts of people living there than in Quebec, but the amount of elite athletes that they produce is way more than here. So it's also like a culture thing, right?
Yeah. So, Doan, like, can you tell me a little bit about your background, to everyone about your background and how you got into like running?
Oh yeah, so I got into running so senior year in Montreal is different than in the US. In the US, when you're a senior, you're 18 years old. Here, senior high school, you're 16 years old, and the school system is different because we have the CJ system, like 2 years. Then we have university. But in the US and in the rest of the world, you have high school until 18, then you move to university. So it was summer, and I had this dream where I was on the podium, and the guy from the army gave me a medal. I was in the third place. I had a blue shirt, blue socks, black shoes.
Yeah.
I did not know like what sport it was, and I was playing soccer, and in my mind, soccer, if you're on a podium, is the whole team. It's not one person's sport.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, the only one person sport that I was doing is running, but I was finishing like 400 every year, but I was not training. So I told myself it's impossible that I'll be on the podium. So I woke up and I said, it's nothing. Then 2 months later, I started my last year of high school, and then my physical education teacher told me this semester, all your grades is going to be on running. So I told myself, oh, why not?
Yeah.
Just try and run, right? So I would go on the track at least 4 or 5 times a week and run all out every single time. So everyone, that's not the best way to train, but at 17 years old, I did not know how to train.
You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Exactly. So the first time I went on the track, I did 22 minutes and 30 seconds. And I saw the time online and that I was not finishing the top 3. So every time I tried to run faster alone, and after a month, I dropped 5 minutes.
Oh,
I
nice.
went from
Nice.
22:30 to 17:30 just the day before my race. And I did not know that runners took breaks, right? So the next day, I woke up, I forgot my dream, but I wore that blue shirt, blue socks, black shoes, black shorts. I went into the race. I was on the line, and all my friends, oh, this guy's going to win.
Yeah.
So yeah, long story short, I go and I was in the first position until the last 15 meters. I turn around. When I turn around, 2 guys, they go past me. Then I'm like, wow, I just lost 2 positions in 2 seconds. So I just finished. I finished in 3rd. And then when I cross the line, the official tells me, you're not in 3rd position.
What?
So I tell them, yeah, I just came in 3rd position. They told me, oh, it's a guy named Karim. But Karim, he was from my high school. He was not even there yet. So I had to argue with them. Like, no, it's me. Like, So we waited for my friend Jackie to come, and he told them, "Hey, I just came. I'm not in the third position. It's him." And because they gave me his bib.
Oh,
So, yeah,
like,
he gave me his bib, so there was an issue. We had to bring him back. He had to tell them he had my bib, I had his bib. So there was some confusion there. So after when I went in on the podium, I had a flashback. The guy from the army gave me the medal. I remember the dream that I had 2 months before, right?
oh yeah.
So
man.
at that moment, I told myself, "Yo, I need to find the picture, like, because when you're on the podium, someone takes a picture, and I need to have this picture to in case someday I lose my memory, I want to know how I got to running." And that picture I have here.
Oh, nice. Yeah, nice.
If you want, you can post it on the video so people can see it afterwards. So blue shirt, black shoes.
Oh,
This is
nice.
the image that I saw in my dream. But yeah, when he took the picture, I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, so after that, I did not run the whole winter. I did not know that runners would run in the winter. I did not know what indoor track was. So I did not run for 6 months. I came back in May. I ran 5 kilometers all out. I was like, oh, I'm going to run faster. I did 19 minutes something. Then I told myself, wow, I got slower. I'm stopping. So I stopped for 7 months. Then in CJAP, I restarted running again. Yeah, at 18 years old now.
Yeah, nice. So basically, in order to reframe it, it's like you got into running like kind of by accident, right? Because of like you have the physical education teacher in high school told you like this exam, but this semester we'll be running, right?
Yeah, so basically it was random. It started from a dream that I had like 2 weeks before starting school again. And then that dream got amplified because of my physical education teacher.